Goblin Donut Stream says check out this new Twitch parody, it includes you.
You got Jebaited. You got Jebaited. You got Jebaited. 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 Jebaited.
You lied. I wasn't in it at all. Full of shit.
Welcome to Uganda.
Good fucking morning, boys. Good fucking morning, my little bronies. How are y'all doing today? Sunday, are we as good as we were yesterday? Potentially, maybe even better. Maybe even better. But why is this cold? Oh, because I had a cold drink mixer. That ain't good.
That ain't Falco.
Hey, Falcon, have you tried shutting the fuck up? Nice. I will fix those emotes. Once the new emotes are sent in, okay, from the winners of the sub emote raffle yesterday. Alright. I'll do it. I'll make it happen. I don't feel bad achieving nothing on Sunday when I... Ah! Oh my god! Are you okay, Baba? I'm so sorry. Oh my god. She scared me so much. I don't know, I think I kicked her slightly, but not hard. Like she was under the table and I... Huh? No, I screamed. Yeah, but she screamed slightly. Yeah. Dude, she can't lie to me. I was readjusting my legs. Yeah, I fucking did. Okay, we'll be right back. You know, I don't know if you noticed this, but if you go eat kebab at a place regularly, it matters who makes your kebab, right? Who's actually there and makes your kebab. But this guy just put too much salad. He puts too much salad so that the kebab can't even close properly. Like, I'm not a fucking rabbit. The worst thing you can do is eating fries that you don't even like. Disgusting fries. Like, that is unnecessary, I'll tell you. Unnecessary. Feels good, Madonna Streams. Have you watched Sseth's Guardian of Ember review yet? You know what? I don't fucking trust. I don't trust Sseth's videos. I got like fucking oily porn chicks in my fucking last video I watched. How am I supposed to know if this shit is safe? Also, is this an ad video? Of a mobile game? Why are we watching? Why do we want to watch? He can't even trash on this game. He can't trash on this game. Look. It's ad.
Hello? Who is this?
I've come to make an offer.
What offer?
One you can't refuse.
Well, I just did. I'm not interested. Also, how the hell did you get this number?
I have your feet pics.
Wait, really?
Oh, yes. You have 2 weeks.
Wait, what do you mean?
Goodbye.
Wait, wait, come back!
I hope this message finds you well. The pact has been made. Repeat these words to your audience. Play Guardians of Ember, and Sseth will come out of this unharmed. Do not try and find us. We will find you instead. Goodbye.
Hey people, Sseth here. I just want you to know that I'm doing this of my own free will, and I'm in no way, shape or form being blackmailed by the 14K Triad Syndicate in Hong Kong. Today, I'll be playing a game no one's heard about, Guardians of Ember. Why has no one heard about it? Because we prefer to forget. Guardians of Ember was originally released in 2016 and published by Incel Games Limited, which turned out to be more than just an unfortunate choice of name. Incel Games Limited did a lot of questionable business practices. Gameforge, the German-based publisher of many free-to-play MMOs in Europe, grabbed the Guardians of Ember license off Incel just a year ago, but in doing so, they now have an impossible task in front of them, picking up the pieces and rebranding this PR disaster into a stable product, which is why they've hired me to rescue this sinking ship. And personally, I'm leaving with the women and children. Guardian of Embers, which I'll just call Ember from now on, is described as a free-to-slay Memorpager and Diablo meets WoW. All I can say is, wow. Count me in. As soon as you load into the client, you can tell this game's got all of your typical RPG fanfare. As per industry standards, Ember takes place in a fantasy world loosely based on the territories of Great Britain. Right from the beginning, you're presented with making a character. You can pick between the standard RPG races, the English, the Welsh, the Scottish, and the Irish. Then you have to choose one of the two predefined gender roles on offer, male or female, which are available to all the races, except the Irish, who've undergone a mutation in their X chromosome that has largely removed the male population from their gene pool, replacing them instead with hermaphrodites that don't grow past puberty. I say you can pick a gender for the other races, but between you and me, only a trained anthropologist can tell the difference between a Scottish male and a Scottish female, which is actually defined by the subtle difference in beard size and body fat ratio, with females typically having much fuller beards and higher adipose content due to their preferred diet of Greg's pasties and sausage rolls. Males, in contrast, are much runtier and more aggressive, as they largely subsist on foraged raspberries and leftovers by the apex female. After that, you have to pick from one of 6 different classes.
There's no berry that's better than raspberry.
Knight to Dark Knight. The possibilities are endless. There's also these little bars at the bottom to compare their stats. Interestingly, there's a damage bar. The lowest possible value for a damage bar is for the priest, who apparently only does 80% of the damage of any other class. Based on this, I think we can all agree that a priest is absolute trash. I picked something else instead, a ranger. Right off the bat, there's an intense introduction to the game with some beautiful animations. Unfortunately, my computer's integrated NVIDIA G105M processor can't run it on high graphics, so I can only imagine how beautiful they are on max settings. To summarize the plot, there's goblins invading, and we have to kill them. Although these goblins don't really look like goblins. They look more like pugs or pit bulls. From what I can gather, the antagonists of this game are pit bull owners, or pit mommies as they're often called. Despite making up 6.5% of the dog population, pit bulls contribute to 66% of total fatalities. And in the world of Ember, they've clearly not been spayed or neutered, leading to a vast overpopulation of pit bullies who are more than happy to maul your infant children, and they will unless we stop them. After disposing of these creatures, they unleashed a fearsome troll, which I slayed by standing still and right-clicking. I even occasionally dodged attacks. For some reason, this troll fight has better hitboxes than Dark Souls 2. Miyazaki is a hack, but I'm a paid schmuck, so who am I to judge? After defeating the troll and washing off the thick sweat on my brow, I embarked out into the great wide world of Ember.
To be fair, I was fat rolling, so I
too.
couldn't
You get
question
skills
anything
automatically
of
each
any
time
role.
you level. Some of these are pretty good. They can also be upgraded. Bizarrely, upgrading skills can make them worse. Take my bear trap, for example. I can spend all my skill points to make it do half the damage. This is much worse for the knight. She can upgrade her cleave to give her life leech. If she upgrades it again, she no longer has life leech. Similarly, she can upgrade her Garen spin to give her life leech as well. If she dares to upgrade it again without reading the description, she'll pay dearly with her life. Truly, Ember forces you to think and consider your actions, since they might end up accidentally killing your character. On top of skills, you also have attributes. These are described as the 4 humours: black bile, yellow bile, blood, and phlegm. And if we've remembered our understanding of Hippocratic humorism under the revised elemental model proposed by Empedocles, then we will also remember the dangers of humoral imbalance. To this end, we will assign our attributes equally to avoid any of the negative temperamental states. To demonstrate the dangers, here's another character I made, an Irishman named Seamus O'Shaughnessy. He died of severe jaundice and got eaten by the family pig. Meanwhile, my ranger had a long and generally healthy life adventuring in Ember. That was until I started jumping. Jumping, combined with my character's small stature, caused me to glitch inside a brick wall. In panic, I tried to jump some more. Instead, I started to sink into the ground. After some time, I accepted my fate and took on my new role as the local tower ghost. I haunted this place. I could never leave. I could only warn others about the dangers of jumping. Some even tried to help me, but I told them I was beyond help. Go, live your life, and don't make the same mistake I did. Life is brief and extremely precious. Don't waste it on smashing your spacebar all day, or you'll end up like me, forever clipped inside this shitty tower. And so, I started a new character, a knight. It was then that I noticed there's a thigh slider on the character creation menu. There was also a buttock slider. I set these to max and made my knight as dummy thick as humanly possible, with a curvy case of lordosis to top it off. I feel that me and Runewaker Studios, despite being thousands of miles away from each other, now share a deep spiritual bond, the sort of bond that transcends our differences in race, opinion, and culture, but unites us instead as men who can truly appreciate the ass. One of the best features of Ember, of course, is that it also works in a window, so I can multitask while playing the game. Oh, looks like this guy is winning. Alright, where's that copy pasta? Ember's also got lots of other activities, like fishing, mining, and owning real estate. Mostly, though, you're gonna be killing people and
wasn't even
collecting
winning, he was
quest
second
XP.
last.
So,
Like,
to
what the
fully
fuck?
immerse myself in a world of Ember, I took the time to personally read every single line of dialogue by every NPC, no matter how unimportant they are. It was at this point that I realized that the saddest job in the world isn't being a games journalist, it's being the dialogue writer for an MMO. I'm fairly certain that of the hundreds and thousands of people who've played this game, only 2 of them have actually read the
lived.
deep backstory
Wait,
and lore of
Did he
Guardians
actually
of
paste
Ember.
that? I
Those
thought it
2
was just
people are
trolling.
myself and the writer. This has to change, so let's appreciate some of this intense dialogue together. Bololly has challenged you to a duel. Wait, what is this? Of course I accept. I don't care if you're a child or a 2,000-year-old legal-aged fantasy child. You're gonna get a goddamn beatdown, you lolly hag. Most people just smash the keyboard in situations like this. Instead, I like to do what I call the royal keyboard flush. This technique ensures that your hand is likely to hit most of the keys you're meant to anyway. Naturally, with my superior technique and tactics, I won. Coincidentally, I ran into the same lollies later that day, and we dueled again. Turns out, they're actually one of a few people in this game who speak English. I've seen Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, and Polish being spoken on the global channels in Europe, but never once have I seen English. Anyway, we quickly became great friends. They even invited me to lunch. I couldn't really attend, so they just sent me some instant lasagna in the mail. It was nice, a little moldy, but hey, that's free penicillin. Overall, I had a fun time. I came in with minimal expectations, but the people and the community really make the game worth playing. Also, it's much more pleasant than my last experience with free-to-play MMOs. Since the last time I played a free-to-play MMO, Lord of the Rings Online, was also the first and last time I tried Israeli hash. I smoked that shit and thought nothing of it. Then I went off to play
What's
Low
Israeli
with the
hash?
boys. I told them after some time, go off and do this dungeon without me. I'm not feeling too great. Then I collapsed and started panting, sweating, and physically convulsing on the bed. Turns out I was fiercely allergic to Israeli hash. After about 6 hours of pure hell, I decided that was the last time
Hash
I'd
from
ever
Israel
play
is
Lord of the
considered the
Rings
strongest
Online.
in
Now,
THC.
given that I
Oh,
don't
yeah?
associate Guardians of Ember with anaphylactic shock,
Cannabis
I
with
give it
heroin.
a very good score. I'm now contractually obligated to say these words.
wonder it's
Play
fucking
Guardians
strong.
of Ember today, so Sseth can live tomorrow.
Fuck
Help
this.
me.
Did he deliver?
As well as can be expected.
And the merchants?
Displeased. But we got what we came for.
Good. Accelerate production of a Model 2. This one's getting defective.
As you wish, Chairman.
Dismissed.
Welcome to Uganda.
Mebeke. What an expensive mistake you turned out to be.
Welcome to
Honestly, he's not bad at selling out, right? Makes it in a good way. His videos, I don't know how old that video was, but it had 500,000 views. Yeah, not bad. Here, this is the question. This is exactly what we're asking ourselves. Look at this. Is it worth playing in 2019? That's exactly what I wanted to ask, and look at that. It's a Christmas fucking miracle. I'm watching this whole thing. You better be fucking fast
Hey
about
fam,
it.
guess what?
This is where the fun begins.
On today's episode of Impulse, I'm back again with Justin to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2 and whether or not it's worth playing in 2019. So, as we both know, Battlefront 2 launched way back when? In 2017, I believe?
November of 2017.
I've said this in the past, but I think 2017 was arguably the worst year, in terms of PR, for EA, ever.
Wasn't
And
very good.
Battlefront 2 is probably the main culprit of that.
Yeah.
Basically, solely due to Battlefront 2, loot boxes were pretty much put into the mainstream news worldwide.
I mean, you had senators talking about Disney selling a Star Wars themed casino to kids. Like,
It was something.
the House of Mouse can't be happy with
Oh, was it
Even,
that
like, The
bad?
progression of the game was absolutely flawed and broken.
Yeah. So,
Welcome to Uganda.
before the game came out, pre-launch week, this is a bit of a misnomer because people could play the game if you bought the Elite Stormtrooper Edition. You could play like
Yeah.
a week early. So hundreds of thousands of people are playing, but technically the game wasn't out yet. But you can buy crates, and they have star cards in them. And the star cards are basically, you know, abilities and stat boosts you can put on like a loadout for your characters and your classes. And they have some pretty significant stat gains. So people are already upset that, like, you could just spend money and get, like, the best cards in the game and, you know, wipe the floor with newer, you know, players.
Yeah, especially if you had a hero with a ton of great stat cards. Like, that alone in that hero
Wait,
versus mode.
you have
Yeah,
cards? I never
immediately
played this
damage,
game.
So.
Yeah, and the only way to get these star cards was to
Wait,
buy.
so you
loot
can do
boxes.
the Forsen build in
Could
this game? Is that what you're
craft
telling me?
Star cards that you wanted.
Or
But the
now
only
it's
way to get
fixed?
crafting parts was, can you guess?
Loot boxes.
Wow, yeah, to buy loot boxes. So at best, you got the cards you wanted. At worst, you bought enough loot boxes to make the cards you wanted. So, controversy galore with that. You know, people obviously, very rightly so, angry. So, DICE disables the crates right before launch, like the day or two before launch. The other thing was that many heroes were locked behind a large paywall of in-game credits, the in-game currency. So, like, you would start the game, and you wouldn't have, like, any heroes, basically. Like, you want to play as Darth Vader or Luke? Sorry. You know, you gotta...
Yeah, and then people were doing the math on Reddit, and
Yes.
if you were to grind, it would take somewhere in the ballpark of, like, 30 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
just to
I
maybe
saw
earn,
40
like,
thrown around a lot for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
to earn, like, Darth Vader and such. That's bonkers.
So, during launch week, they lowered the price of heroes, but they also lowered the amount of credits you get from the campaign, from finishing the campaign, and that was sort of their intention with that was that you would finish the campaign and get enough credits to unlock Iden Versio. So as they dropped her price, they dropped the money you get too.
I was gonna ask if Iden Versio was just, like, unlocked from the get-go.
Okay,
but
well,
half
when
the
do I
stuff
get
on
to
her
find
as
out
well.
if it's
Yeah,
worth playing
yeah,
in
it's just
2019? I don't
So
need a
then they
fucking history
promised
lesson here.
to change the progression system and everything. All heroes, but DLC heroes from that point forward would cost credits to unlock, you know, ones that are added later, but all the base game heroes were unlocked for everyone. So with the new progression, as you play the game, you get these points that you can use to then unlock star cards, and star cards unlock at tiers at like level 5, 10, 12, you know.
Theoretically raise them to level 35 and then have
35,
enough skill
yeah.
points to actually then buy those cards.
And the skill point, you will have enough skill points more than likely, but yeah, so that's where the progression stands right now. It's not, I guess, too dissimilar to a Call of Duty or something where you have to create a class and then unlock more perks and so on and so forth. Although star cards are
Yeah, okay.
You know, I had a bunch of stuff and it didn't get reset at all. Like I had from pre-ordering, yeah, I'm a schmuck. I had like a Kylo Ren special, probably an hour, probably closer to 2 hours a day for a week, and I was back up to 50,000 credits. You know, the credit game now isn't so bad.
Yeah, like I just started playing like a couple weeks ago, and I already have every hero unlocked, a whole bunch of cards on various classes. The only hero I don't have is
They have to get.
That's like the last one I'm saving up for at this point.
They have to get to the
It's a
12-minute
lot more
mark.
digestible.
No, but they
Oh,
they
I've
are
only been
fucking
playing a couple
18-minute
hours
video.
every odd day, and I feel like it's not that difficult to earn stuff out.
Okay.
Lando, yeah.
It jumps all over the place, but the way the base campaign ends,
The game, if you wait for a while, then the other modes like Ewok Hunt are just straight up dead. You will never find a game.
which I hope they can address that maybe in the future by maybe being able to populate the matches with bots like you could in the original Battlefront games, because I would at least like to experience it and play it.
It'd be nice if it had a server browser of some sort in the future.
Oh, yeah, a server browser would be a godsend, because we've had trouble, like, even, like, matchmaking on rather... What you would think would be busy times, and even during the weekend.
Well, yeah, we would have trouble matchmaking. We'd get into a match with no one, we'd exit, and then we'd matchmake again. We'd find a match completely full of people. Like it would.
Conquest mode
seem
released on
random.
26, so it released something on 2
If
weeks
I could
ago.
just see a list that said there's 30 people in this match. Oh, look, easy, click, you know.
Yeah.
Play. The recent Battlefield games have started putting server browsers back in, so hopefully we get a server browser again.
The fact they've been supporting this game is a huge effort, especially after how it launched. That said, I am curious if a Battlefront 3 will actually, if that's even in the cards. I'm not even sure.
I don't know, because they're not, like, Battlefront 1 came out, well, Battlefront 2015, let's
Doesn't
be
look bad.
specific, came out when Episode 7 did. Then they skipped the next year because Rogue One came out that year. They didn't do anything. They released content.
It doesn't look bad. I don't know why. I think most people are probably hating because of the PR shit, right? I have to check out on my desk, make sure Peppa is not there. Ha! All right.